In the heart of South America, beneath a canopy so thick that sunlight barely touches the ground, lies a secret older than memory itself. The Amazon rainforest, a place of life and mystery, hides something more than just wild animals and endless green. It hides whispers, echoes of forgotten empires that once ruled this sea of trees. For centuries, explorers believed the Amazon was untouched, a wild land that had never known civilization. But what if that was wrong? What if, beneath the roots and rivers, there once stood cities, vast, thriving worlds swallowed by time and jungle? The story begins not with kings or conquests, but with silence. A silence so deep that even the birds seem to respect it. Deep in the forest, among the thick vines and humid air, archaeologists have started finding something impossible: straight lines, perfect circles, and ancient roads that stretch farther than the eye can see. These are not random scars on the land. They are the fingerprints of an ancient people, a civilization that might have once rivaled the great cities of the Old World. For centuries, the Western world called it El Dorado, the city of gold. Explorers like Francisco de Orellana ventured into the jungle in the 1500s, claiming to have seen massive cities along the riverbanks, shining in the sun. But when later expeditions returned, there was nothing. The jungle had swallowed everything, so people called him a liar, a dreamer. But what if Orellana wasn't lying? What if he had really seen something? Fast forward 500 years, and modern technology begins to peel back the green curtain. Using LiDAR laser scanning from aircraft, scientists can now see beneath the trees. What they find changes everything. Hidden beneath the forest floor are patterns, geometric earthworks, vast networks of roads, canals, and what appear to be the foundations of entire cities. Imagine this: a civilization stretching across thousands of kilometers of rainforest, connected by straight, engineered highways long before European contact. The Amazon wasn't empty. It was home to millions: farmers, builders, astronomers, artists, people who knew how to work with nature, not against it. These discoveries reveal something extraordinary. Unlike the stone cities of Egypt or the Inca, the people of the Amazon built with earth, wood, and clay materials that vanish in the humidity. Their monuments didn't survive the centuries, but their legacy did, buried beneath the roots. And then, there's the mystery of the terra preta, the dark earth. Across thousands of sites, archaeologists have found soil unlike any other on Earth, rich, black, and full of life. It's man-made, created by ancient Amazonians who understood how to turn poor jungle soil into farmland so fertile it still grows crops today. Some scientists say this soil could feed millions, but who were the people who made it? The evidence points to a vast, organized network of communities that might have supported populations in the millions. Villages linked by straight roads, with plazas, defenses, and irrigation. They traded, farmed, and built, then vanished. But vanished how? No one knows for sure. One theory says European diseases, smallpox, measles, influenza spread faster than the conquistadors themselves. With no immunity, entire civilizations could have been wiped out in decades, leaving only the jungle to reclaim what they built. Imagine a city alive with music, laughter, and trade one year round, gone the next, swallowed by green silence. But another theory whispers of something darker. Some say the jungle itself took them back. The Amazon is not just a forest, it's a living, breathing entity. To the indigenous tribes who still live there, the forest has a spirit. It protects, it punishes, it remembers. Some elders say that when humans forget to respect the balance, the forest reclaims what is hers. Could that be what happened to these ancient builders? Every discovery raises more questions. Recently, a team of researchers found a network of settlements in Bolivia, over 20 massive sites connected by causeways. Each site has monumental platforms, pyramids, and canals designed with astonishing precision. The more we look, the clearer it becomes. The Amazon once hosted not one, but many civilizations, unique, each lost. There are carvings on stones showing celestial patterns, stars, constellations, and solar alignments. The people of the forest tracked the heavens. They farmed not randomly, but in harmony with lunar cycles and flood patterns. This was a civilization that didn't just survive in the rainforest, it mastered it. And yet, the modern world almost erased them twice: once when they vanished, and again when their memory was dismissed as myth. Think about that. For hundreds of years, the idea of an Amazonian civilization was laughed at. Western historians called it impossible, claiming the rainforest was too harsh, too wild. But now, satellite scans show cities as complex as those in Mesopotamia. The impossible was simply hidden under leaves. It makes you wonder how much history have we lost simply because we couldn't see it. In some remote areas, locals still tell stories of stone paths deep in the jungle, of strange mounds that hum when the wind blows, of spirits that guard the ruins of the old ones. These legends, once dismissed as superstition, may actually be fragments of memory, echoes of those forgotten empires. One archaeologist described it best: every time we find something in the Amazon, it rewrites what we thought we knew about the world, and the Amazon still holds her secrets close. Even with satellites, only a fraction of the forest has been scanned. Under the endless green, countless mysteries wait: cities, temples, roads, and perhaps answers to how ancient humans learned to live symbiotically with the most complex ecosystem on Earth. But it's not just history that hides here. It's warning. The ancient Amazonians transformed the forest without destroying it. They found a way to shape the land, create abundance, and still maintain balance. Today, as deforestation consumes millions of acres, maybe their forgotten wisdom is exactly what we need. Imagine if we could understand their methods, their soil technology, their water systems, their agricultural patterns. What could we learn about sustainability, about harmony with nature, from those who did it 1,000 years ago? It's haunting to think that somewhere under the jungle floor, buried beneath centuries of roots and leaves, lies the story of humanity's greatest experimental, in a civilization not on domination, but coexistence. Every expedition that ventures deeper into the forest risks more than just the unknown. There are uncontacted tribes, diseases, predators, and the jungle's own cruel logic. But those who go chasing ghosts. They go chasing the truth that history forgot. And sometimes, they find more than they bargained for. In 2020, a drone survey revealed a grid-like pattern of mounds near the Xingu River. They formed perfect geometric shapes, hundreds of meters across. When archaeologists dug, they found shards of pottery, tools, and traces of vast communal spaces. The patterns were not natural, they were intentional, engineered. The people who made them understood mathematics, astronomy, and urban design. How could such advanced knowledge vanish so completely? Some say the forest grew over it so fast that within decades all traces were gone. Others say the survivors merged with smaller tribes, blending their cultures into what we now know as the modern indigenous groups of the Amazon. Maybe the descendants of those empires still walk among us, their ancestors' cities buried beneath their feet. And then, there's the legend of the stone songs. Certain stones found deep in the forest emit strange, melodic tones when struck. Locals say they are voices of the ancestors, singing to those who remember. Could these stones have been part of ancient rituals, or instruments designed to communicate across distances? The evidence is fragmentary but haunting. The deeper you go, the more the forest feels alive, not metaphorically, but truly alive. Trees communicate through fungal networks, sharing nutrients and warnings. It's as if the entire rainforest has a mind of its own. What if the ancient Amazonians knew that? What if their temples and cities were built not in the jungle, but with it, part of a living organism that breathed, grew, and evolved with them? Modern science is only now beginning to understand what they may have known intuitively. The Amazon isn't a wilderness, it's a masterpiece of human and natural collaboration. But the question remains, if they were so advanced, why did they disappear? Some researchers think the balance was fragile. One generation of bad floods, one disease, one invasion, and everything fell apart. When the systems collapsed, the forest quickly reclaimed its own. Wooden structures rotted, earthworks softened, and within a lifetime, the jungle closed its green curtain. The empire became myth. Yet, even myths leave shadows. From Brazil to Peru, from Bolivia to Colombia, new evidence emerges every year. Each discovery adds another voice to the forgotten choir of history. Together, they tell a story that challenges everything we thought we knew about civilization, nature, and ourselves. Maybe the greatest empire in the Amazon wasn't made of stone or gold. Maybe it was built on understanding how to live in rhythm with the earth. And now, as the world faces climate change and ecological collapse, those echoes feel louder than ever. They remind us that progress isn't always about conquest or machines, it's about balance. The ancient Amazonians might have known that better than anyone. So the next time you look at the endless green of the rainforest, remember, beneath that silence lies the heartbeat of forgotten cities. Beneath the roots, the songs of a people who mastered the world's most dangerous paradise. Their story isn't lost, it's waiting. Waiting for someone to listen, waiting for you.